Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to thank Coosery Nails for sponsoring today's video, and they sent over this beginner acrylic kit for beginners. It comes with all types of stuff. It comes with monomer, it comes with directions, came with these plastic fingertips. Next, they came with some nail tip cutters, a damping dish, cuticle brush, some forms, a picker tool, two acrylic brushes in the size 8 and 12, and then this like multi-tool kind of buffer tool, and a cuticle remover and a zebra file. It came with 3 color acrylics, a top coat and a primer, some brush on glue. Came with white, pink, and clear acrylic, some glitters, and some tips. Everything you see here in this picture came with this kit, so it's really great for beginners. So first off, you want to clean out all of the like powder residue that comes in the brushes, and you can use a cuticle pusher to kind of clean that out of there. And then you want to put it in I put mine in monomer. Some people put it in alcohol or acetone. So it just whatever works for you, or whatever you may have seen the brush being used with or cleaned with, take those steps. But usually the monomer that I'm using, I usually clean out the brush with that. So now I'm going to swatch the acrylics. They did come with these little protection covers so that they won't spill during transit, so I really like that. And I think this kit is really great for a beginner. I wish there was a kit like this when I first started. I had got my first kit from like Wish, so it wasn't the best quality of products, and these products were a lot better than the ones that I've came across when I first started. I am using my LED monomer because I am at home, so to prevent unnecessary smell, I will use that monomer instead of theirs. But when I was able to pick up a small bead with their acrylic with that monomer that I use, I didn't have any issues picking it up. So I'm going to use all the tools that was in this kit to do the tips or the nail designs that I'm doing today. The only thing I'm not using is the monomer. So now what you want to do is to prep the practice tip. You want to file it as much as possible, but not too much. And you want to really prepare it for that nail tip to be glued on. And with this kit, you get natural colors and clear. So you put a little bit of glue on the wale of that tip, and you press it down onto the practice tip. So once the tip has been dried, you'll go in and file and shape the tip as however you want it, and then you want to blend in the tip with the natural nail bed of the practice finger. I am also using alcohol to clean off because I know that's something that just about everybody has in their home. So now I'm putting on their primer, and I'm going to do an ombre with this set. So I'm starting off with the white, and you want to put the white around where the nail tip and the nail bed meet, so that you can kind of get rid of that kind of lump area there. Even though you filed it down, but sometimes that still can show. And you want to make sure that the that area is very thin, so that when you put the pink on top, it won't show like a white line all the way across. And you'll do about two or three layers of that. And what I'll do is with this, I'll put this close to the cuticle bead, and then I'll let gravity allow the acrylic to let gravity bring that acrylic down towards the free edge. Make sure you clean up the cuticle area as you go, and you just kind of pat it down. And usually in this situation, you will let the acrylic dry during this process. And since I am using an LED monomer, I will cure it in between each acrylic coat. So once I cure, then I'll go in and I'll check to see if I have an apex, and I'll help build up that apex area using the clear, because when you go into filing, you do not want to file away your ombre. So you want to encapsulate it with the clear and help build up the structure of the nail with that clear. So when I turn it to the side, you'll be able to see the little apex area. See how it goes thin from the cuticle, a little bit thicker in the middle, and then thins out towards the free edge. And that's how you want to build up the structure of your nail. So while that's curing, I am showing you how to mix some glitters. So you want to start off with some clear, and you choose what colors you want into that glitter mix. Since it is a spooky season, I went ahead with some Halloween colors. So I did black, orange, purple, and green. With this kit, there is I believe 12 glitters in each pack, and you get 3 packs, so that's a lot of glitters. So you can kind of really let your imagination run wild with this type of kit. And I'll make sure that I link the kit down below. It is definitely a tool that you want to have for beginners. The only thing is they do have LED top coat in here, but they don't have an LED lamp, not even like a little one. So that's the only complaint that I would have about this kit. But outside of that, it has everything else a beginner nail tech would need. So now you'll just put a little bit of each color into that clear monomer. And I just put a little bit at a time, and then I'll mix it up to see what I get. And then if I want a little bit more of one color or the other or all of them, I would add more. So what I'm doing is putting a little bit on this paper towel just to show you what it looks like. And I wanted to add a little bit more glitter, so that's what I'm doing here, is adding a little bit more, because I didn't want the black to overpower everything other color that I put in there. So I went ahead and mixed it up, and then I'm going to show you the swatch again so you can see the difference of a little bit more color in them. So as you can see, I got a little bit more green, purple, and orange in there. So with this nail, I'm using the forms. And with these forms, I like to take the little tab and put it at the bottom so it has more of a structured area for you to build up your nail with. So then it is kind of tricky doing it on these little practice tips, but it can be done. But you just have to kind of finesse it a little bit. So first I will go in with a thin layer of clear to build up the type of nail that I want. So you can decide if you want a coffin, almond, square, stiletto, whatever you want. You want to use the clear to build that first layer up. And then you want to use the glitter acrylic that you made to start building up the rest of that nail. And you see the little lines on the form. You can use that to determine your length. There are some vertical lines that you can use to help the width of the nail and how you want that to be built out. So once I get that to where I want it, then I'll go ahead and cure that under the lamp. If you're just using the regular monomer, you will let that. You can continue to go ahead and build up the nail using your acrylic. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and your notification bell. Thank you. So now that the clear has dried, so now I am removing the form. And then I can go ahead with my glitter acrylic that I made and go ahead and start building up the structure of the nail. And I don't think I did in this video. I don't remember, but you'll want to encapsulate your glitter so that when you do the filing, you're not filing away your glitter that you made, so it won't mess up the design of the glitter that you made. I feel like I should have encapsulated it, but I probably didn't. And I think I tried to build it up with the glitter. But usually with something like this, you want to encapsulate it with clear. Oh, I did. Okay. So I did encapsulate it. So when you are encapsulating, this is where you want to start building up the structure of the nail. And like the previous practice finger, you want to make sure that the apex is at the stress point of that nail. So usually it's around the middle area of that nail. You want to build up that apex. You'll hear that a lot with nail techs or teachers or classes or anything that you might see. Some build up the apex, some feel it's not necessary. It just depends on you as a nail tech or just a nail enthusiast, and if you decide that you want to do that. I think it's necessary because depending on the person or yourself, depending on what you do with your hands and nails and how much pressure that they may receive throughout the day, having a good structure for the nail makes them last a lot longer and they won't break so easily. So as you can see, I built up a little bit of an apex on this one. I think I could have went a little bit more on this nail, but you see there is a dip there. So I'm taking that acrylic and I'm placing that bead into that area where I see the dip, and then I'll brush it backwards so that it can blend into the acrylic that's already there. And then I'll just fill in that little gap there. And as you can see, I'm using the body of the brush to pat down that acrylic just to keep the shape, but to also fill in those areas and cleaning any excess monomer off of my brush so that it can help your, like when you're using regular acrylic, regular monomer, you can it can dry faster. I'd still do that with this method even though I'm using the LED monomer, just so that it does cure fully and that there isn't a whole bunch of liquid left on the nail, inside that acrylic that I've already built the nail up with. So you'll just want to continue to just clean off that brush as you're patting down that acrylic. And as you can see, I filled in that little dip there. So when cleaning your acrylic brush, I like to use my monomer to clean my brush and make sure that there isn't any glitter or anything left in there. And when you do see that in there, you can just clean it out with the monomer. So now I like to take my file and tap the surface of the nail, and when you hear that clicking sound, that means that it is dry all the way through. So you will go in and you want to tighten up your shape. Seeing that I have been kind of laying acrylic for a little bit, I consider myself still a beginner, but I am getting a lot better with laying my acrylic where I don't have to file as much. But you want to smoothen it out, any lumps and bumps that you may see or feel in that nail, you want to get rid of using a file. I'm only using a hand file in this, like I said, because it came with the kit. So I'm using the little buffer on this little, it's like 8 different ways to use this little buffer just to buff the surface of that nail. And this helps smoothen out any lumps and bumps. And as you see me filling the nail to make sure that it is to the smoothness that I like. So I'm using alcohol to clean off the surface of the nail, get rid of any of that debris. And now I'm going in with my glitter nail. And you want to go what they call the under arch, which is under the nail. And you want to file that across there just to make sure that both sides of that under arch is even and smooth. And then you want to come up, bring your file upward to the side so that you can make sure that it is nice and even on both sides. And then once you do that, then you want to buff the surface of the nail and get it nice and smooth. So now I'm using the alcohol to clean that off as well. So now I'm going in with the top coat that comes with the kit. But like I said, this is a good idea, but they did not have a LED lamp in the kit. And I think that would have like really tied this kit over. And you literally would have had everything you needed. So I went ahead and cured that for a full minute. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Did you learn anything? And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.